won the lottery, and now you have a lot of friends that you didn't have before. How are you going to tell politely to those people that you don't want to be their friends?
Sorry, stop, just a second.
Please repeat.
You should repeat the question twice.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
Okay.
You don't have the question written down? Because it has to be
I have
exactly
it
the same
exactly
for all
the same.
three of them.
All right, all right.
Sorry, you know, it's our first time doing this, so
All right.
we want to do it right, right?
Yes, you're correct. So you have just won the lottery.
And can you speak a little bit louder, Leila?
All right. You have just won the lottery. And now you have a lot of friends you didn't have before. How are you going to tell them politely that you do not want to be their friend?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Friends, Toastmasters, our welcome guests who want to come back next week. I just won the lottery. The fact is, I don't need any friends. I won the lottery. It happens. It's human nature. You win big money, your name's in the paper, and all of a sudden, people that you never heard of before, or certainly had not heard of for a long, long time, come back into your life. How do you tell them politely that you really don't want to be their friend? I'm not sure I worry about the word polite. Quite frankly, it's easy enough to look at before the lottery, after the lottery, and say, what needs to change? What really should change? So, all those friends that showed up, I say, thanks for your congratulations. I really appreciate your great support. Would have loved to have heard from you 2 or 3 years ago when I was looking for money. I won the lottery. I won the lottery. I won the lottery. And I'll think of you. Madam Table Topics Master.
All right, please help me welcome Randall. Randall, you have just won the lottery, and now you have a lot of friends you didn't have before. How are you going to tell them politely you do not want to be their friend? Let me just repeat it again. You have just won the lottery, and now you have a lot of friends you didn't have before. How are you going to tell them politely you do not want to be their friend?
Madam Compass Chair, my fellow Toastmasters, I just won the lottery. It is a multi-million-dollar lottery, and it's something that I have planned for my retirement for many, many years. Now the question is that how do I tell all the sponges and leeches in my circle of friends, my sphere of influence, to really take a hike? Well, first of all, after being informed that I'm a winner, I will change my phone number. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, the thing is that I have to go to the lottery office to claim my prize. And when I'm at the lottery office, there will be the local price. And at that particular point in time, when they ask me what I'm going to be doing with my multi-millions, I will say one of 3 things. Number one, there will be many, many acquaintances in my social framework that will share in my bounty. But there will be many more that will not. Thank you for supporting me through my life. Number two thing is I'm going to give to those that do need it, a certain portion. They will really need it. And number three, my Joni and I will enjoy it. But that does not necessarily mean that the leeches and sponges will go away. I know that they will show up at my doorstep, especially the family. And at that particular point in time, I'm sure that I will be very firm in my answer. I will not answer the door because I can afford a new security system with all the windows that are up on it in the kitchen and throughout the house. That is how I will handle my multi-millions. Madam Contest Chair.
Stephanie. Stephanie, you have just won the lottery, and now you have a lot of friends you didn't have before. How are you going to tell them politely you do not want to be their friend? I'll read it again. You have just won the lottery, and now you have a lot of friends you didn't have before. How are you going to tell them politely you do not want to be their friend?
Madam Contest Chair, I won a lottery. All of a sudden, I have friends. Well, that's nice. But I don't want to be their friends. Because friends are there for you all the time. Not just when you win a lottery. Madam Chair, judges, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. If you want to be my friend, we have to start right at the beginning. It could be just getting my number, go out for a cup of coffee, so we could develop that relationship, that we can be friends. Go for a walk. Phone me or I phone you when you're down. That's a friend. Friendship is a long-term relationship. My husband is my partner, my friend, my best friend. He can be my best friend when I won that lottery because he would travel with me. And if I can afford as many friends because I won the lottery, I will invite as closest friends I have, as many as I could. But I would politely tell those ones, I'm sorry, but I have other friends. I would like to invite you, but I choose these ones to be with me because they're the closest one I could be with. And for friends, it's not just your husband. It could be your coworkers. It could be your neighbor. They're friends. Sometimes they say love your enemy. And your enemy is your best friend. My husband used to say, I said, how can you say that? That is not my best friend. It's my enemy. Enemy to me is an enemy. And then my husband would say, forgive them. They have to be your friend. You used to be friends with that person. And now how could you say that you're not friends anymore? Well, sometimes people change. And if you find the true friend would support you till the end. A true friend would not gossip. Because when you share your intimate personality, things that are happening in your life, a friend would understand and not share it to everyone. Madam Contestant Chair.
Our third place for the Table Topics contest is Stephanie Kwasnick. Well, now it's going to be between Randall and Bob. Our second place is Bob Neal. That makes our first place Randall Didiak again.